Hey there crew, it's Mark, and today I'm going to be sharing one of my most requested videos, which is all about how you can use stamps inside of your bullet journal. And today we're going to be checking out one of my favorite companies. This is all from Everyday Explorers Co. Stamps. I am absolutely addicted to their stamps. Not only are they fun, but they're functional, and honestly, they've really changed the way that I like to set up my bullet journal. And today I'm going to be sharing with you how I use these for headers, for dates, to-dos, and tasks, and overall just how to have fun with stamps inside of your journals. So this is the most recent stash that I just got from Everyday Explorers Co. But I've got these dates, we've got mood board. I'm really excited for the month by month mini. Today's vibe is very cool. I'm excited for a lot of these day of the week stamps that are here. I've got this cheeky uppercase lettering, which I'm so pumped for. And then we also got tools of the trade, which was a freebie that I got for getting so many stamps. Now this is just my most recent haul. I have so many in my collection already that I love to use on my bullet journal. This is one of my favorites, the day by day, which now matches the month by month. I like to find fun ways to use these inside of my bullet journal. I like the headers, I like the different playlists and all the different fonts and things like that that we get to play with. Not only will we get to see the new stamps in action, but also I'll talk a lot about how I like to use different types of stamps inside of my bullet journal. For today's video, we are going to be using VersaFine ink. I love this ink so much. It is waterproof, it dries really fast, it is great for any type of media and notebook. I've never had an issue with it. We're also going to need some acrylic blocks because all of these are static or rubber stamps that stick to these to actually put them onto your page. And then I also have my Crafters Companion. This is my cleaning station that I have. We use some of this water-based stamp cleaner. You spray it on here, you rub your stamp off as you're done with it, and that way you can make sure that you're putting it away clean. This area also comes out so you can reuse it over and over again, even though where I think I'm at a point right now where I'm likely going to need to replace that kind of soon because I use it that much. So the first one we're going to check out is going to be today's vibe. Now what I love about this stamp set is the days of the week. I set up my bullet journal every single week with the weekly overview, and that's great. I also love the sections with these different containers where I can put dates and days of the week and any type of notes, or even just using these as headers on their own. They're really fantastic. And I liked also all the little accessories around here. You've got some cool arrows, you've got squiggly lines, underlines, just overall a lot of fun ways that you can use these stamps. Now what I like about this stamp set, they come in a really nice container already, a nice envelope, but if you ever have issue getting it out, you just take this white piece of paper that's already in the back, you stick it in the front and it kind of releases it. It's a lot of plastic and vellum and stuff like that that are holding things together. So inside of my journal here, I've got a few different setups that I'm already going to take a look at. So we're going to use these days of the week and we're going to set things up over here for like if I'm going across my page horizontally with like a vertical setup. Now something I like to do for these setups is I like to find other images. So from this mood board one, we have things like bull clips, we have other types of clips, fun splotches, any type of extra like fun additive. I like to include those with my days of the week. I think it makes a really fun header for the space. Now, one thing I love about these stamps, but also it annoys me a little bit, they're really good quality and they're very sticky. So when I try to put the stamp onto my page and then move it around with my fingers, it's constantly sticking to my fingers. But I really like to do this because it gives me the ability to kind of check out what it's gonna look like in the space before I actually lay it down. And what I also like to do here too is I can just pick them right up from the page and they're already in the space that I want. So I'll go ahead and dab some of my ink on here and just press it onto the page. So I love the way that these look. Now they are brand new, so it's not getting as much ink on here, but as you use these stamps more and more, or you just really make sure there's really good coverage, they start to look better and better. So what I like to do is just take each of the days of the week horizontally across the page, and like I said, use some of these different fun elements in here to line them up to give a little bit of visual interest. If you want, you can just put the days of the week. That's totally fine. No harm, no foul. But I just like having those extra little fun stationery pieces, which makes my page feel really fun. So I've been a really good boy this year. I've really been focusing on taking care of my stamps. So every time that I use a stamp and I'm done with it, I'll go ahead and spray some of that cleaner onto this stamping station and clean it off real quick. It's so easy to do. It's really fantastic. They're nice and clean. I put them away and I don't have to worry about like coming back to them later. Now, if you want to keep things a little bit more simple, this is something else I'll do for like a weekly overview, is just stamping them down each of the days of the week as we have here. When I do this type of setup, I also like to put the date And sometimes I'll add something extra fun, like we've got this squiggly underline that's here. And this does a really great job of kind of underlining the day of the week. It also separates it from the content that I would put below it as well. And what I really love about it more than anything is I can write the date right next to it. A lot of the ways that I use my stamps functionally in my bullet journal is always thinking about like, how am I containing the information? In this case, it's the days of the week and the date. It doesn't always have to be in a box, but I just kind of think about it that way. It's a really nice and easy way to do it. Super fun. Now, if you don't want to have to visually think about a box, you can use something like these other stamps that they have on here, which are already contained. This top one here already has space for the date, and I'm also able to put the day of the week in that top section there. You could also hand write it if you wanted to. One of my favorite things is how crisp these lines are. I love using these types of container stamps inside of my bullet journal. It just makes me feel really good. And then I can just come over top of them with my pen and just write the days of the week or whatever type of information that I want inside of there. So that's the first way that I like to use stamps inside of my journal. A lot of headers, a lot of dates containing information, and then really just free form writing on my page. It's a really nice and easy way to do it. I consider it low impact, like I'm not doing like an entire page with this, but to easily just stamp each of the days of the week vertically down a page is just so much easier, and I just love the way these fonts look. The next set that we're going to check out is going to be the one called These Days. Now this is a much more functional stamp set than maybe the other one. What I liked about this one is actually over here on the left and the right hand side, I'm going to put these on here. They're kind of like a schedule stamp. So one side has the sun for the daytime, which starts, I would assume, 6 a.m. and then goes all the way down to 5 p.m. And then you've got the one with the moon, which I would attribute with the evening, starting at 6 p.m. and then going all the way to like 5 o'clock in the morning. What I liked about this stamp, and I always think about this sometimes too, is that I'm not the only one that just works a 9 to 5. Some people work a 5 to 9, right? They're working overnight instead of during the day. And not a lot of stamp companies always have the versatility to do that. It's always like, oh, you work in the morning and you're home at night. What I really liked about this one is that you can make it your own depending how you like to work, and it can work for everybody. They also had this really big like weekly overview, and for whatever reason I was thinking, oh Mark, you need to put the day of the week here, but each of these stamps is already a day of the week. So instead you could put something like overview or to do or something like that instead. There's not a lot of space here, so it's just you have to be aware of that if you're writing something small inside of here. I personally don't know that I would use this for a weekly overview, especially if I have a lot of things going on. And you don't always get to pick and choose everything that's inside of your set. I think that's also a realization you might come to, is you might like most of the things in a set, but it doesn't mean that you're not going to get it just because you don't like one or two of the stamps. Now in the stamp set, there was also the section for like a top 5, a top 10, my list. I also really like the stamps for the today goals and to-dos. I use those a lot. Now with this, there's a few different ways that you can tackle these types of stamps. Like I said, these are a little bit sticky, so they are kind of hard to move around on the page. And especially if you have big fingers like mine, it's hard to kind of lay them out. So something that I like to have in my arsenal is going to be an acrylic block that has a grid on it already. And that way what I can do is I can use that grid to line up both headers and in this case the numbers, because I need to go all the way down this page all the way down to 5. Now something that I've had to come to accept with stamping, and this is something that I think everyone can learn and needs to learn, is that not everything is going to turn out perfect all the time. We can prep, we can plan as much as we want, but in this case you can see my number 4 is like a little bit off, leaning a little bit to the left. No, I'm not going to scrap this whole page because of that. And this is something that will happen, especially when you're dealing with smaller stamps, is trying to get them on straight. It's just not always going to be perfect. It's kind of like accepting the imperfections of stamping. While it might be a perfect image that's on there, doesn't always quite work out. And personally, I love that. Adds a little bit of personality to your page. I also liked on here this to-do section here. First of all, I love the title. I will use those all the time. And then you also have these task boxes that are here. You can flip them if you prefer to have your task check off on the left or the right, just by turning your stamp around. But really nice and easy, a great way to keep your task name really short, and then you can do whatever you want with it. Cross it out, color it in, it's totally up to you. I also love this like loose leaf piece of paper here. Now I don't know that I fully feel like this is a very functional piece. I honestly would probably use it as more decoration, but if you want to add small little tasks on here, you can totally create little check boxes for yourself. Another way that I love to use stamps is actually when I'm setting up future logs or like monthly overviews. I think nothing looks better than the same font used over and over in a really nice way. And honestly, stamps are the best way for me to accomplish that. Now I got this month by month stamp because I already have the day by day and I use it all the time. So these months are even cooler, and you have 3 different options on here. You have like a large cursive, a small cursive, and then this third one, which is like a really small font with this arrow underneath of it. So the way that I would use these, I'll show 3 different ways here, is if I'm setting up a future log or a calendar, whether I'm writing it myself or using another stamp for it, you just put it over top as your header. Just wanted to show you the different sizes and how I'd use each one of these because I think that it works out really cool. 3 different fonts with all of the months on the same sheet is absolutely amazing. It just gives so many options. Another reason why I love these stamps so much. Now in this stamp set, which is called Mood Board, and we've already used some of the Booly clips and clips for the other one, this just has a lot of fun stuff on it. It has some different patterns, some different textures, but what I loved about this one are all of these different containers are add-ons for different things. So I'll use my stencil, I'll draw out a rectangle here, and then I can just line that stamp up right over top of it, and it looks so cool. And then I can write a header right inside of it. You could do this down a page vertically, horizontally, however you want. It can work out so well. I can add a little extra pop of color if I want to by adding a color drop shadow. It's just so easy to dress them up once you have the foundation. It works so well. There's also a paper clip one in here, which I'll use too. These are cool because you kind of layer these on top of each other. It has that little gap so it looks like your paper clip is behind your box. I just love these because it creates more dimension on your page than you might be able to feel like you can do on your own. Now, if you don't want to have to create these illusions, they also have this really cool file folder one here. I love this one because of the space. I can add the days of the week, I can add the date, and then I would just start rapid logging or putting notes beside it, and I think it looks so cool. One of the other things that I like to do with stamps, and kind of did this before with those headers, is just adding a little bit of fun next to the functionality. So inside of the stamp set, you have these 3 dots and these 3 lines where you would put tasks, right, or things like that that you have to do. Then we also have this ink blob over here that can go to the side of it. It just adds a little bit of extra fun to the page. We have these cross hatches, which I can add to the top or the bottom and put the day of the week next to it if I want to. You can really kind of mix and match these together to really kind of create whatever you want. Like I said, I use mine a lot just to create space, to create visual elements, and I can create a long list if I want to, or just write, certain things underneath of it. It also came with this mood color card on here. I kind of wish that it was more open in this space instead of being flat, but you know what? Pick a color stamp that you want. What's your mood today? I'm in a black mood, I'm in a green mood, and that's what's up. Now, sometimes you're not going to be able to find a stamp set that says what you want as a header. Most of the time, I have a really hard time finding those. It's rare. I feel like there's only a handful of companies that do it really well. So in that case, it's fun to find letter stamps that you can make your own letters on. So in this case, we found one called Cheeky Uppercase. Now, what I loved about this one is not only do we have letters, but we also have symbols and we have numbers. Now, they're kind of scattered all over this page so that they could fit them all onto this sheet. You can easily find them, but honestly, the one kind of looks a little bit off because it's up there next to the L, but I think we'll be okay. What I love about these types of stamps, like I said, is you can create any title that you want. Now, something that all of us come across whenever we're dealing with letter stamps is that there's only one letter of each. So if you need to do something like to do, for instance, you're going to have to do the TOD, stamp that down, and then come back with the O to create that to do. A lot of the times though, I'm just gonna put the day of the week and the number date. Like that's how I use stamps so much, and it's just a really nice and easy way to do it. And like I mentioned earlier, if you ever wanna add a little fun to your functionality, find an icon stamp or something cool like that, and you can just plop that down right next to your header to do. I have a little pair of scissors that were a part of here, right? This Tools of the Trade stamp set was so cool because it does have more of those spaces like I was talking about before. I love to use anything with the box. I can put the dates, the day of the week, a header in here if I want to. It works out pretty cool. Now, sometimes when I see certain types of stamps, I like to create something functional out of something that maybe was just going to be fun. So inside of this Tools of the Trade one, there was a calendar, and I was like, wait a second, like these have 5 days during the week. There's 25 squares inside of here. I don't know that I would always use this for a tracker. Honestly, this might work for me because I typically use my bullet journal pages for Monday through Friday for at work. So I'm gonna have to play around with it a little bit, maybe find a reason to use it, or in the meantime, maybe I'll just use it for a really cool, just fun and functional stamp to have on my page. So example here is I could put down that calendar, color it in a little bit with an M next to it for Monday, and then I'm ready to go just to start writing down tasks and things that are going on. So now you've seen a lot of different ways that you can use stamps inside of your journals. We did a lot of work today around creating headers with them, using containers to write down days of the week or titles and things along that line, finding fun and functional ways just to spice up your journal a little bit. Even if you're just using black ink. Personally, I love the way just straight black ink, full stamp page. It's beautiful. What I love about this is that I don't have to have a lot of pens or markers or anything to create this. The stamps are creating all the really cool shapes for me. And while a lot of them seem very easy, yes, I could draw a doodle line myself. It just looks so much better when it's uniform and it's perfect and you know it's always going to turn out great. Everyday Explorer Co. is one of my favorite shops to buy from ever since I first laid eyes on them. So I'll put all the links for you down in the descriptions. Now I don't have a discount code with them, but if you'd like to support the channel, there is an affiliate link. So anytime you click on that and purchase, I will get some credit for that, but no additional cost to you. I like to just put it down there so you can easily get to what you want, but I'll list out all of the different stamp sets that I got. So just one thing to be careful on the website, because this has happened to me. She offers both actual physical stamps, but also digital stamps as well. So you have to pay attention to the title because sometimes the physical stamp will be sold out, but you can still get the digital stamp instead. Now, if you do that, you get a download, you don't get to get the actual stamp. So I just want to make you aware of that because I get so excited sometimes with these stamps on this website. I'm just like, add to cart, add to cart. Yes, I want this, and I'm not paying a lot of attention, but really just focus on the title. Make sure that it's the actual stamp set versus the digital stamp, and then I think you'll be okay. You can also check out some of the other kits that she has on her website. Like, honestly, she does a lot of really cool stuff. The stamps are where I spend all of my time, though. Like, I've just fallen in love with these stamps and all the different collections. They're amazing. I'm very excited, as you can tell. So I would love to hear from you down in the comments. If you've ever tried to use stamps or if you're more interested in trying out stamps, let me know down in the comments. How are you feeling about it? Any other questions you might have about it? I'm happy to create more videos on stamping content for your journals. If you're interested, we'll see what happens down there. All right, friends. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you have some brand new ideas on how you can use stamps inside of your journals, and I'll talk to you next time. See ya.